Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Rish, and I am back with another story time watch me work video. So as you can tell by the title of the video, this is another worst roommate experience ever. I'm so mad that I even had to go through another bad experience with a roommate. Like after the first one, it was just too much at this point. It's just too much. But before I jump into the story time, I just want to let you guys know some of the products that I'll be using in this video. So I'm going to be using Cover Rosebud from Young Nails. I am also going to be using like white and pink gel liner polishes to do some abstract line art and just some crystals on the nail. So it's pretty simple, but not so simple said. This is one of my A1 clients. This is her anniversary nail set. So yeah, so let's jump into this story time. So I am a junior at this time. So I am living off campus. I've been living off campus, y'all, ever since literally that first roommate situation. Like after that year of being in a freshman dorm room, like nah. After that, nah. I was on my own. I was off campus. I was like, I'm not doing this like ever again. So I was roommating with people where we have our own room. So it's four of us in an apartment, but each of us has our own room, and there's two bathrooms that we share, which is good. And then we also have a kitchen and living room. So it was pretty big apartment. So y'all know I'm locking my doors. Like nobody is getting into my room without me being present, like period. So anyway, so this is my junior year. I think either my sophomore or junior year. Either one. I think it was my junior. But anywho, so I'm moving into the apartment and I realized we have two new roommates. So it's me, one of this girl that I used to be friends with, and two new freshmen. Now freshmen could not live off campus, but I guess they didn't have enough room for them, so they had put them in a space with upperclassmen. So it was two new freshmen. One of them we're gonna say is Nene, and that's the one who shares a room next door to mine, and we both share a bathroom. The other girl name, we just gonna give her Coco, and she's sharing a room with the girl that I used to be friends with, and the girl that I used to be friends with, we're gonna call her Shay. So me and Shay, we went to high school together, and we also we went to school together, college. So we're pretty good friends at this point, and we wanted to live together, so we did. And before, previously, it used to be just us two and another girl, but the other girl left a semester earlier than expected, so it was just me and Shay the whole time. We got used to that. It's just us. So now we're like, oh my god, we got two new roommates. We wonder how that's going to be. So we still kept an open mind. What if they're good people? So once they came in, of course we introduced ourselves, and we really not really talking that much. We're just trying to move our stuff in. We're trying to get settled down. Their parents are here, so it's just a lot of commotion going on. We're, like I said, we're introducing ourselves, getting ourselves put together pretty much. So once all the parents leave, that's when we get to talking amongst ourselves. So I'm sharing a bathroom with Nene, and Nene, I think she said she's from Baltimore. So I was like, okay, so I'm not gonna say she lived close to where I used to live, but I knew the area. So the other girl, I think she was from Columbia, but I think she was like from somewhere from the South. Coco, yeah, I think she was from somewhere in the South when she moved to the United States. But I was like, okay, we got a little, different people going on, I was like, okay, this is nice. So, we just letting each other know, like, what we, pretty much what we expect the apartment to be like. You know, we want it to be clean. We want it to be nice and tidy. You know, if there's any problems, if you want to host any parties, you know, of course, let each other know so we won't just come in and, you know, it's just chaos everywhere. So everybody just agreed, you know, we pretty much had like the similar likes, similar dislikes. So, you know, of course. So we thinking like, okay, this is going to be smooth. This is going to be perfect. Girl, I don't even want to say it's been about like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you know, into moving in, it's already problems. And it's problems with me and Nene. I'm like, girl, okay, first off, like I said, we all, because everybody is just like new to each other's energy, we're not really out in the apartment like that. We're pretty much staying to ourselves in our rooms, in exception for me and Shay, because like I said, me and Shay have known each other. We have lived with each other before, so we're more so bonding than the other two ones, because pretty much they were either honestly in their room or out with their friends. So yeah, Nene had like a real tight-knit group, close of friends, and they had came over to the apartment. And you know, we introduced ourselves, me and Shay introduced ourselves to the girl, you know, to the girl and her friend group. And, you know, we was kind of sort of just hanging out, just talking in the living room, kitchen area. And, you know, we laughing, kikiing and stuff like that. So next thing you know, the girl was like, do you mind if I like have like a little kickback? And we was like, yeah, girl, you know, like no problem. Just let us know. We'll move out the way or whatever. And I think she was like, you know, if we wanted to join, you know, that's okay too. And we were like, okay, yeah, sure. So the girl had a kickback, I want to say that weekend. So I want to say this is like I want to say the second week of us being at school. So that's when that happened. So, you know, she had a little kickback or whatever. Music is not too loud, but you know, it's like, who cares? You know, it's a kickback. Like, we're not tripping about the situation. Everybody's all in agreement, but at the same time, it's like, I want to say this was like a Thirsty Thursday. That's what, you know, that's what we called it. It was a Thirsty Thursday. You know, you go to a little kickback or you go out for drinks or whatever. You just drink it that night. So that's what they were having. And I'm like, okay, it's getting like 1 or 2 o'clock. It's still going on. And I'm like, girl, I have like what, a 9 a.m. tomorrow. Like, okay, we need to wrap this up. So I'm texting Shay and I'm like, girl, like, I'm about to get annoyed because it's like, girl, you know, we got class tomorrow. I'm not sure if the girl had class. I wasn't sure about the girl's schedule. So, I mean, it's understandable if she didn't have class all early, but, you know, it's whatever. But at the same time, it's just like the rest of us, we want to go to sleep. They loud around this time, like 1 or 2 o'clock still. The music is still going. And I'm not sure if Shay said something or what, but next thing you know, everybody just started leaving. You could just start hearing doors opening and closing and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, thank God. Like, you know, the party is over. We can go to sleep. So that's exactly what we all did. Eventually, everyone left. We all went to sleep. Nobody was loud or anything. So the next morning, the girl left her door open. I noticed Nene would leave her door open sometimes. The rest of us, we keep that door closed, shut, and locked, okay? But Nene, she normally would have her door open, which is fine. We're not thieves or anything. So, you know, it was no issues, there's no problem. It's just her thing. So I noticed the next morning she wasn't there, and I'm trying to get myself ready in the bathroom, and it's throw up in this toilet and on the floor and on the mat that I bought for the bathroom. I was like, hold up. I was like, no. I was like, this is not what we doing right. Like this, I know this is not what we doing. Like already, like this is disgusting. Like I was just so irritated. I was just mad. Like, girl, clean up after your people. Like, if you can't make it to the toilet, like, you need to get your friends together and you need to clean up. You can't just leave this shit right here like nothing ever happened. So I'm of course I involved Shay and I involved the other girl. I was like, look at this. I was like, no, like I'm not having it. Like I was really upset because it was my mat. I bought the shower curtains. I cleaned up that bathroom from top to bottom. I bought all the mats. I bought the shower curtain, the shower lining, and if you have your towel, you have your towel. If you have your washcloth, you have your washcloth. I had my, my shampoo, my conditioner, my soap, my body wash. Like I had all that in there, and for you to just mess it up like that, not even saying anything about it, you just leave and act like nothing ever happened. I'm like, girl, what did you even get ready yet? Because it's just no way you got ready in the morning and you seeing that right next to you. Like, what? I felt so disgusted. I felt so disrespected because I'm like, that's my stuff. I bought it for us in this bathroom, and this is how it gets treated. Like, now I'm like, okay, we're going to have some problems. But, I'm still trying to stay optimistic. So I texted the girl, and I think I texted her in a group chat. So we all in a group chat with each other at this point. And I texted the girl, and I was like, hey, and I sent pictures. I was like, hey, this is really disgusting. I know you had that little kickback last night, and I would just appreciate if you would clean up after your folks. Like, no, like, this is not okay. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll clean it up. So I'm like, okay, because I was not touching that, like, at all. Like, no, I don't handle bodily fluids like that, like, and not that well at that. So I'm like, no, I'm not touching that. Like, you're gonna have to clean up. Like, I'm not, no, like, I did this for us, and I would like for you to respect our things. So the girl said she'll clean it up or whatever. I think she tried to when she came back. And by that time, I was in class doing my thing on campus. And when I came back, I was like, it was like a poor ass job. It was a poor job. And I'm like, why are we having this issue already? Like, come on now. I know you know how to clean. Like, you 18 years old. Like, you should know how to clean up after yourself and other people. And I'm just like, y'all, she barely cleaned it. I don't even think she wiped the toilet seat. It's like she only, like, it's like she smeared the carpet. Well, not the carpet, the rug that I had in the bathroom. And, like, she just, like, left smudges and stuff on the toilet. And I'm just like, come on now. Like, come on. It's like she only flushed the toilet, and that was it. I'm like, come on, bruh. Like, no, this is not okay. This is not okay. So after I saw that, I gathered everybody. I gathered Coco, the other girl that we were made with, and Shay. And I'm just like, y'all, I'm about to go say something to this girl because this is not how we're going to start this semester off. We're not doing this. So we all confronted her. Not necessarily confronted her like, girl, no, we just knocked on her. We was like, hey, we just want to talk a little bit. And, we wanted to just reiterate, like, cleanliness. Like, please clean up after yourself. And, and the people that you have in here, if you see something that needs to be wiped down, wipe it down or whatever. And she was like, okay, yeah. And I was like, when I looked in the bathroom, I was like, it kind of looked like you did, like you just flushed the toilet, like you didn't really like clean up. And she was just like, but I did. And just this, she was like, but it's clean. She was like, you don't see it anywhere. And I'm like, but you barely wiped it down. But you know what? I was like, you know what? That's okay. Just, next time, reference, please clean up after yourself and after your people. So everybody all agreed, and we went back to our business. I ended up cleaning that bathroom by myself. I ended up cleaning everything top to bottom again, and I was just like, whew. At that point, I threw the rug away. I was like, nope. If you want a rug, you buy a rug. I threw the rug out because it was disgusting. I'm not washing that. Like, it's just ruined. I don't even want to sit there and look at it no more. Like, it's ruined. So I threw it away. I clean up after, after everything else, of course, with some gloves and some Clorox, because, girl, I'm not, I don't get down like that. So, she hasn't had anybody over except for people that, like, be in her room. So we haven't had any issues lately at that point dealing with that. So everybody, just going about their business. If people needed to ask something in the group chat, they asked in the group chat or whatever. So at this point, Misha and Coco were actually forming more of a bond than we would with Nene. It's like Nene was like the odd person out. I mean, it's not like we did it that way. It just so happened she just sectioned herself off away from us. It's like she would rather hang out with her friends, which is okay. You know, we all don't know each other for real, for real. But you know, it's just like we all still wanted to be able to all form a bond if we're going to be living in the same space together. But it's okay, you know, like I said, at this point we were just pretty much to ourselves anyway. Nobody was in each other's way. And then I went back home one weekend. I want to say this is like the end of the month, end of the first month of us being there. I went home for the weekend, and you know, I locked my door, of course, because ain't nobody getting into my room. Ain't nobody gonna steal from me ever again. Y'all, when I tell you I was traumatized from the first roommates who stole from me, y'all, I made it a point to lock my door, my window, because we were on the bottom floor. So anybody could just break in through my window. I locked my window door, my bedroom door, like, you're not getting in there. So I'm pretty secure at this point going home. I'm like, okay, yeah, nothing's really going to happen. The only person I think was going to be there was Nene, and that's for real, for real. Nene was the only person there. Me, Coco, and Shay went home and went our separate ways. So as I returned back, so this is a Sunday, I returned back from home, and you know, I'm inspecting the place because it was only her here. So I was like, okay, everything seems to be in order, you know, and the floors look clean, you know, everything looks nice and tidy from the living room standpoint. So I put my things down in my room, and I had to use the bathroom. So I went in the bathroom, turned the light on, and I automatically just look at the tub. When I tell y'all, I wish I had the pictures to this day. When I tell y'all that bathroom, specifically the freaking the bathtub, was so dirty. Like, it was black, smeared all on the bottom of the tub. Like somebody's feet was that damn dirty. It was bad, y'all. It was really bad. And I looked at my towel. My towel was not where it was placed. I fold my washcloth and towel nice and neatly, and in their own little space, well, in its own little section. So I know if somebody has touched it, or, you know, this, that, and the third. Girl, my towel was on the fucking floor. It was on the floor of the bathroom, like somebody used that as like a stepping towel. And I'm like, wait, no. Like, what? I was so shocked. I'm looking at my soap, my bath soap. So I use Dove body wash, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, somebody used it because the top is open. I'm like, hold the fuck up. I'm like, y'all, right now I'm getting real irritated just thinking about it. I'm just like, who in the hell would be using somebody else's stuff, using somebody else's towel, and think that shit is okay? When I tell y'all I was about to go off, like, I was so heated. I don't think Nene was in. No, I think she was. So me and Shay, we drove back together. So me and Shay was here, and I think Coco came either before us or after us. And I was like, y'all, I went to them first because I was about to blow the fuck up. Like, I went to them first. I was like, y'all, look at this. I was like, somebody used my towel. At this point, somebody could have been using my toothbrush. I was like, at this point, the girl probably even used my damn washcloth. I was like, no. Like, I'm so irritated and frustrated. And I was just like, I took the rest of my things. I took my shampoo out, I took my soap out. I took everything out. I was just like, no. Now I can't even trust when I'm gone again that somebody won't use my stuff. Yeah, I don't know what it is with people with stealing and using my stuff without permission. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand at this point. So I'm heated, y'all. And they trying to calm me down. I'm like, no, because I'm about to go the fuck up, because who does that? Who does that? So I eventually calmed down, and I knocked on Nene's door, and I was like, can I talk to you for a second? She was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, have you seen this bathroom? And she was like, yeah. I said, first of all, it's black stuff all over this tub. It's dirty. One, is dirty, period. Two, that's my towel that's on the floor right there. So who's been using my towel? Two, three, somebody has been using my body wash because the top is open. I know my stuff. I close my stuff. And it's damn near halfway empty. What is going on here? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. My friend, she has stayed over and she had took a shower. I said, I don't care who or what your friend is. She needs to go back to her own room and use her own things. Nobody should be using my stuff, let alone my towel that it looks like somebody been using to step on. And like, y'all, when I tell you I'm here, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, nobody does that. That is so disrespectful. And she was like, I'm so sorry, and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, yes, please don't touch my stuff ever again. And I said, can you please clean this tub? I'm not cleaning that up. Y'all, she attempted to clean the tub. I had to redo it because the girl barely know how to clean. So I had to go in and re-clean that bathroom again for the second time. And I'm just like, yo, what is up with these people? So at this point, me, Coco, and Shay, we just really like distancing ourselves from Nene because like it's just little stuff like that just irks everybody. It's not just me. Like, I think the girl one time had made something to eat and didn't really clean her dishes. So it's just little stuff like that. So again, for the second time, I had to clean that bathroom. I took all my shit out. At this point, I'm like, no, nobody is going to get me ever. And I mean, ever again. Like, I can't even put my things up in my bathroom. Damn, without people touching it. Y'all, I don't know what's going on. And I don't know what's up with these people and my things. It's so irritating. I put all my stuff in my room. Nobody has no access to none of my things. There is no rug in there. Y'all, the only thing that's in there that I had purchased was the shower curtains and the shower line. At that point, I almost took that off. And you needed to get your own at this point. So, yeah. So at this point, we're really not talking. Like, I'm keeping my distance. I'm going about my day. I don't need to talk to Nene at this point. So that has been going on for a while. But like I said, this is like the summertime going to a fall. So during this time, like I said, we live on the bottom floor, and I hated living on the bottom floor because we always get the bugs, and we're right behind like this. I don't want to say forest, but we're behind like this farm. So we're getting all these insects, and it's just terrible, and it's a terrible smell back there. So it was just really frustrating altogether, the housing situation and the roommate situation. It was just. Yeah, I'm under distress. Like, I'm really just not having a good semester. Like, I'm really not having a good time. And I'm just like, I'm trying to make the best of it. But I'm just like, these people they just don't leave me alone. I don't be doing nothing to nobody. I swear I don't be doing nothing to nobody. So, because we live on the bottom floor, like I said, because the apartment was like right behind a damn farm. Again, like, we lived in a rural area, okay? The school was definitely in a rural area, okay? Like I said, it was Eastern Shore. So, we were getting these bugs. Now, we noticed an issue within our apartment, which was the garbage disposal. Every time, we would turn it on, nothing would happen. It wouldn't make that noise. The blaze wasn't turning, nothing. So we called maintenance, to see if we can fix this, because this can become an issue if food gets trapped down there and nothing is, and nothing's working. So we all agreed not to cook because the garbage disposal doesn't work. And if food gets down there, it could cause a lot of things. It could cause mold. It can cause other insects to gravitate towards the sink. So we all agreed that, like I said, but people don't listen. People do not listen. I think Coco actually cooked too, but she's good at cleaning up after herself. I think she cooked, but I think she forgot, and it was just like, oh damn, and food got down there. So We always just like, oh my God, like we try to call maintenance like plenty of times, but nothing happened. When I tell y'all that garbage disposal did not get fixed until like 3 months into the damn semester, it was time for us to go home. And they finally want to come and fix the garbage disposal. But by that point, it was all like when I tell we had an infestation of fucking flies, it did not make no sense. Like, it was so disgusting, so disturbing. Like, we made multiple complaints. And I was at the point where I'm like, I'm not about to pay no rent up in here until this gets fixed. Because at this point, I'm living in fucking trash. Like, it's ridiculous. The amount of money we pay for this apartment, and yeah, y'all can't come in here and fix this. This is an issue. And this is very unsanitary. We had flies everywhere, y'all. And I didn't even leave my house. If I left the house, I'm going straight to class, and I'm staying out because I did not want to come back and to see about 5 flies. Y'all, I was so just disgusted with everything, the housing. Like, at this point, Nene wasn't an issue. It was the housing at this point. And everything was just... It was just the sink. It was the garbage disposal because, like I said, if food gets trapped down there, it causes mold and it causes other insects to gravitate towards down there, breeding and feeding, whatever, whatever. And it was just, I don't even want to think about it because it was just an unpleasant experience that semester. It's always the first semester for me. It's always the first semester. The last semester is always easier, but the first semester is always something going on, and I hate that. I hated that. It was just an unpleasant experience. I don't even know what other way to say it. I was just mortified at this point. So we had left for the weekend. I think, yeah, all of us again, me, Shay, and Coco, we all left out for the to go home over the weekend. Like I said, we all went our separate ways. So upon our return, it was even more flies because Nene stayed at the apartment. It seemed like it was even more flies just everywhere, and I'm just like, y'all, I cried. I broke down because I was just like, I can't live like this no more. Like, I cannot live like this. Like, I feel dirty. It's flies everywhere. It's food in the fucking sink. It's dishes in the sink, and I'm like, bro, we said do not cook. The food will get trapped down there. We have no working garbage disposal to even break that up and go down the fucking drain. Like, it was ridiculous. I cried. I started swatting all the flies that I could fucking get. I fucking bombed the place. I fucking used Clorox. I used whatever it was to get these flies out. But they just kept coming back. I was just like, I can't live like this, y'all. I don't know what the hell has been going on with this housing situation. And these were newer apartments, which is why I was so confused as to why things were breaking down. And breaking down into the point where maintenance don't even want to work or do their job. Like, what is going on around here? So I'm swatting and stuff like that. And I'm like, at this point, it's because of that girl. Like, if it wasn't for her to just stay away from cooking, and I understand, like, we're broke college students. We can't afford to go to McDonald's or go to, fucking Wendy's or, just go out to eat and spend money. I understand that. But, girl, we have bigger problems up in here. We don't have a working garbage disposal. You know what would happen if food gets caught down there. You know what happens. And she just did it anyway. So, like I said, I was killing all these flies. And I was like, you need to clean it up. Because you don't know how to clean. I'm tired of cleaning up after you. I'm tired of cleaning up after you. We was all, when I tell you, y'all, if I had, like I said, all these pictures was on my old phone. I have like about 2-3 new phones since then. So I don't have those pictures. I wish I did. If y'all seen that, y'all would just be mortified. Y'all would be throwing up, heaving, like shivering. Like, that's how bad that apartment was at that point. And the trio, me, Shay, and Coco, we the ones swatting these flies, killing them. And we were just like, oh my God. Coco's mother, I think she's the housekeeper. And she was like, I'm going to call my mother, tell her to come up here and clean this place. Because she was like, I don't live like this. She was like, I have never lived like this before a day in my life. I don't get down like this. She was like, this is disgusting. She was like, I cannot stand it. And she was mad at Nene too because of the fact that, like, bro, like, come on. You knew not to fucking cook in here because you know what the hell happened. Shit festers. Flies in here having, laying their eggs and whatnot. It's just, y'all, I'm about to cry because it was a rough time for all of us in there. But, yeah, at that point, Coco was the one to, go up to Nene and was like, bruh, like, how could you have let this happen and don't do nothing about it? And does nothing. Like, she's the one who stays in the room while all of us clean up after her mess. And we was like, no, we're not cleaning it up. We killed damn near all them flies. We was like, we're not cleaning it up. Y'all, I don't even want to tell y'all the amount of flies we had up in them. I don't even want to tell y'all. It was so disgusting. You would think we was living like with pigs or something, and that's not how we were. I promise you, that's not how that apartment looked. For one, two, we all kept to ourselves. Three, we barely cooked in that motherfucker because of the fact that from day one the garbage disposal was broke. It was nothing for us to dirty up at that point. It was nothing. We all knew we either had to eat in the caf or eat some McDonald's, eat stuff that's outside of cooking. We knew we had to do that. The only person who did not know who needed to do that was Nene. And it was just like, it was in a group chat. I don't understand how you could miss that info. So it was like the place was not dirty at all. When I tell you it was relatively clean, nobody barely was in the living room because of the infestation of fucking flies. Nobody wanted to leave their room. It was never dirty. It was the kitchen and the girl just making dishes and stuff. And we're just like, please stop. It's making it worse in here. So when we killed all them flies, y'all, we literally, Coco went up to her and was like, yo, you need to clean this up because we're tired of cleaning up after you. She was like, it's to the point where I have to call my mother in here in order for her to clean up this place. She's like, my mother don't need to, clean up after us. We are grown adults. We need to clean up after ourselves. And I think by that point, Coco and the girl ended up getting into it. They never fought or anything, but they definitely got into it. The girl was like, I don't need to clean up shit after nobody. Da, da, da. And she was like, I didn't kill them flies. Y'all did. She was like, but you're the one who's making it worse in here. You don't clean up after nothing, y'all. She don't clean up after nothing. And when she do clean, she don't clean good. She cleans poorly. It's like she barely cleaned. And we have to go behind her anyway. I don't know if she notices, but it's us who's going up after her cleaning up. And it's ridiculous. So they go back and forth. So we left it there. We was like, we're not cleaning this shit up. You're cleaning it up. The girl did not clean it up. Coco's mother ended up driving all the way down the Eastern Shore to clean her daughter's apartment with 3 other able bodies to clean up after ourselves. Yes, her mother came all the way down there to clean up our apartment. Now, the mother wasn't mad at us because she knew the situation. She was more so upset at the fact that, it's another person in here who obviously lives here that needed to clean up too. But of course, the mother did not voice her opinion to the girl. We already did that. So we already made that clear. Like, Ma, you don't need to say nothing. Just thank you. We all thank the girl's mother. Like, thank you so much for cleaning up. When I tell y'all, it was spotless. It was so spotless. And from then on, we just knew not to touch that kitchen. Just don't even go to the kitchen. Just walk past it. We let the girl know. Coco actually let the girl know in the group chat. Like, it's ridiculous how the fact that my mother had to come up here and clean up after we done told you not to do X, Y, and Z. Like, we told you not to cook anything because we don't have a working garbage disposal. And we told you to clean up after yourself, and you still don't do it. We always having to clean up after you. And so the girl tried to flip it and was like, well, what was all them damn flies? Like, y'all done did all that and y'all didn't clean that up. That's ridiculous. And da-da-da-da. And we was like, girl, after everything, we done told you to clean it up because we done cleaned everything else up. After we cleaned up the kitchen, we done swatted them flies. And we was like, no, we not doing this. You do it. Why are we cleaning up after you? We just got back. We just got back from the weekend, y'all. back to school from home. And I'm just like, it's ridiculous. Why are we even discussing this right now? So at this point, it's all of us against her at this point. We're not speaking. We're not talking. Like, the girl, whenever her friends would come around, they walk just past us. And we were like, bye, the fuck? Like, you know, like, it's nothing. It's whatever. So, she tried to make it seem like we were dirty. Like, we were the dirty ones. I'm just like, how the hell she flipped it on us like this? Like, y'all, I wish I could show the pictures. I really do. Because I'm just like, what? I was just so, I was ready for this mess to be over. It was almost over, y'all. I swear it was almost over. Not to mention the other problem that we had in our apartment, which was mold on the ceiling in our laundry room. The laundry room was always clean because we wash our clothes and we just take our clothes out. Obviously, other people have to get their clothes. So it was never an issue in the laundry room, period. It was never an issue in the laundry room. Why the hell was it mold? Y'all, mold on the top ceiling. And we took pictures. Like I said, y'all, I swear to God, I have every last proof of this. But it's just, I don't have the phone no more. It was like years ago. Okay, I'm not that old. It was that many years ago. It was years ago to the point where I had like multiple phones after that. So I was just like, damn, like, it was mold. And like I said, where was maintenance? We had called up to the office, the leasing office. We didn't call maintenance. We were just like, it's ridiculous. I got my mother involved. We all got our parents involved because at that point, it's mold. This is really causing an issue to our health. And y'all, when I tell you they did nothing about that mold that semester when we left, like, maintenance came, like I said, at the last second. The last month that we had in there, that's when maintenance came and fixed the garbage disposal. So we was finally able to cook. The flies were gone. We had no issues with insects the last month of that semester. Maintenance came, I want to say, the last 2 weeks to like try to attempt to remove the mold from the ceiling. It was still some spots there. Y'all, when I tell you, it was ridiculous. Y'all, I don't even want to tell y'all what happened. What was the last issue that we had in there? Oh my God. Coco mentioned that she sees little mouse droppings. I'm like, y'all, no. Y'all, that's when she told me that, I was like, Coco, what? Bruh, what? She was like, yeah, she was like, I haven't seen like little mouse droppings. She was like, I haven't seen a mouse yet. But she said, I definitely see like a little mouse dropping. Y'all, my skin is crawling right now. I was like, Coco, you is lying. Like, bruh, don't even talk to me right now. Like, you are lying. What do you mean to tell me you see mouse droppings on top of everything else we have going on wrong with this apartment? Y'all, I told y'all we live, again, on the bottom floor. I would never live on the bottom floor a day in my life ever again. I don't care if I'm in the city. You won't catch me at the bottom of nobody's apartment ever again. I was like, it's a breeding ground for anything to fucking come into your apartment. I don't care how new it is. It will always be a problem with something living on the bottom floor. So I was just like, nah, I made it a point to never be on the bottom floor ever again. But she was like, yeah, I see mouse droppings. I was like, show us, girl, show us. So she showed us, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, wait, why I seen that behind my dresser in my room? It was like one or two. I was like, bruh. When I tell you, I hound the leasing office. I'm like, I'm not paying my rent. I'm not paying this month's rent. I'm not paying it because y'all got us fucked up at this point. Because first of all, the garbage disposal don't work. We had an infestation of flies. 2, is mold here. And it was mold on the dent. It wasn't like just little dots of mold. It was like a little patch of mold in the laundry room on the ceiling. Now we have mouse issues. No, I need to call the health department. I need to call somebody. I need to call corporate because it's no way I'm paying my rent and none of these issues have been fixed. Like I said, maintenance came in last few weeks, the last month of the semester, and then in an attempt to remedy all these situations. And I'm just like, I didn't pay my rent. I was like, yeah, I got me fucked up. I told my mother, I was like, no, because they had us living in these horrible conditions. It was a new apartment. We should never, ever have these issues. Ever. it wasn't no run-of-the-mill. Like, it was not a rundown situation. It was freshly built the year prior. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. And I was very, very upset. I did not want to be in that apartment no more. I didn't want to be with these people no more. Specifically Nene, I didn't want to be around nobody. I wanted to get out of this situation. I wanted to get out of this housing condition. I was like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go home. The hell with this degree. Like, if this is what I have to go through yet again, I don't want to deal with this no more. Like, I'm like, Mom, please. Like, let me just go home. Let me go home, please. So, of course, I stick it out because I did get my degree. But I was just like, it was just horrible. Like, I would not wish this on nobody because college is supposed to be fun. You're not supposed to be worried about shitty roommates and shitty housing conditions. It just should not be a thing. And unfortunately, I just had to go through all of this. But luckily, I came out knowing you don't trust nobody. I don't care who the fuck you are. Like, you don't trust not one person, okay? You lock your doors. When I tell you, I make sure my house is locked. I had the little chain too, so nobody can get in. I make it a point to lock my car doors as if that was ever an issue, but I'm making sure I'm double tapping, making sure I hear the beep. Like, yes, my car is locked. Like, everything is locked. Everything is put away. You're not going to get me. You're not going to catch me lacking. You're not going to get me, okay? So, luckily, I learned all these lessons. Don't take shit for nobody. Clean up. Keep a nice, clean, tidy space. Because it would just give you a peace of mind, okay? It would just give you a very good peace of mind. Be nice to others. Be kind to others. But don't let others walk all over you. Do not let people take your things. Do not people, use your things without your permission. Like, it's just so much that I learned from these situations. And I'm just like, you know what? I learned a valuable, and I mean a valuable lesson. Don't ever have a roommate ever again in life. And I mean ever. So I will never in life have a roommate unless it's my kids, okay? And they are the exception. And my husband. Other than that, I'm not living with not a soul. I wouldn't even live with my mother no more. I don't care. Like, no, not at all. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I thought the first story time of the roommate, and I was like, oh yeah, I have other situations that needs to be talked about because it's just a lot of crazy things that's just been going on, and I'm just like, I might as well just share them with you all. So that's pretty much it. The girl Nene. So we at the end of the semester taking our belongings with us, but because we lived in an off campus, like, we really didn't necessarily have to take all of our things home, just mostly our clothes, because we were staying for the year. It wasn't necessarily a semester per semester situation. It was more so a yearly situation. So we were going to be there for the next semester in the same space. And like I said, by the end of the semester, all of the problems were fixed. But it was the fact that we had to live 4 months in agony. Literally agony. Like, I felt like I was gonna die if I lived in here any longer. And for us hounding the leasing office and maintenance, like, shit had to get done. So we all end up leaving. Nene, however, took all her things with her. Like, the room was empty. We were like, oh my gosh, she left. Of course she didn't say goodbye. Like, at that point, we was like, no, it was no speaking terms at that point. And she was removing group chat. So it was just like, nah. It was like, nah. But, yeah, she was gone. She left. She got the fuck out of there. She was like, I don't want to deal with these people no more. But it was just like, girl, it's not us. It's literally you. You're dirty. Like, it's no other way to put it. Like, you're dirty. And it's not a lot of people rock with that. Like, maybe for other people, but no. Absolutely. You're not going to get away with that. Especially for people that are clean freaks. Like, the three of us, me, Shay, and Coco, we were literally clean freaks. Like, I wasn't like that, that OC about it, but I was very clean. I kept my stuff nice and tidy. My room was always on point. Bathroom always on point. And y'all, ever since then, I don't know where Nene had been, but she had like been staying with her friends, her roommate. It seemed like she never touched that bathroom ever again. I swear, like the whole bathroom situation, it's like she never touched it ever again. I was like, good, because I don't got time to be cleaning up after you. I really don't. So, yep, she ended up leaving, y'all. And yeah, I mean, it was just us three in there the next semester, which was absolutely perfect. And we all got well. We all got along well and everything. And it was a smooth semester. But yeah, guys, sorry if this was a long story time. I just had to tell this story time because I was just like, yeah, I got more situations. Like, I have more stuff. Like, that was just more OC than the first one. But yes, let me know if you guys would like another story time. This is the end of the set. The set came out so gorgeous. Like, I just loved it. It was just so classy. Yeah, with a little oomph to it, you know. Let me guys know what you think in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Make the beat.